Good morning, students. Students, I, Swain, your S.St teacher, welcomes you back once again to the GYANJYOTI online classes. As you know that we are studying history yesterday. Now we will study geography, and the name of the chapter is Rotation and Revolution. Chapter number is number 3, and the name of the chapter is Rotation and Revolution. Students, in the previous chapters, on the previous classes, we have studied about the Earth and the solar system. So, in that, we came to do that what makes or what happens when the day and night occurs. Okay, students, what are the different changes? It is not just a simple phenomenon. What causes days and nights? And what causes the change of seasons? Now we are experiencing a rainy season in India, but in some part of the world they may be experiencing summer or winter season. So why this is so? Why there is not a uniform climate throughout the world or throughout the planet? And why it is not day throughout the earth? That is the reason. That is what all about the rotation and revolution we will study about. Students, in ancient times, when there was no technological inventions, discoveries, people all thought that the earth is a flat surface. It means when you start a journey from one corner to the other corner of the earth, then if you go a little further, you will fall down. Where you will fall down, nobody knew. Okay, students, so that was the psychology of the people. They didn't knew that earth is like a sphere, the geode shape. Nobody knew, but after some time, different scientists, they discovered that earth is not a flat surface. It is like a sphere, like a football. Okay, friends. Then they knew that earth, if you start a journey from a place and you, after some time or some long years, it depends upon the medium of vehicle or transport, you will once again come to the same spot. So this is all about the rotation revolution, and we will study them in detail. So what causes day and night? The students first of all will study about rotation. Okay, students, that in ancient people they did not knew whether the earth was revolving around the sun or the sun around the earth. They thought that the sun is revolving around the planets, but it is not so. It is the planets, the different planets, the asteroids, the different satellites, the meteors, that they revolve around the sun. The sun is stationary, it is in a constant position. Okay, students? Then they saw the sun rising in the sky and thought that it traveled across the sky only to sink in the ocean of the other side. Right from ancient times, man has tried to find his own answers to these questions. Long back, Aryabhatta, a famous Indian scientist or astronomer, concluded that the earth spins on its own axis. So every planet has its own axis, means you can say own path. Later, Copernicus found that the earth revolves around the sun. The famous scientist Copernicus found that the earth revolves around the sun. Not just the earth, all the planets. The earth has no hidden light of its own. We have studied in the previous classes. Okay, students, and it receives it from the sun. It rotates on its own axis once in every day and taking 24 hours to complete the rotation. The rotation of the earth leads to the formation of days and nights. As I have told you that the revolution causes different seasons across the globe, but it is the rotation which causes days and nights. The part of the earth facing the sun receives heat and light. As I have told you, it is not a flat surface, it is like a sphere. The part which receives the sun rays, it is day at that daytime at that short play at that period of time, and it is the night the next part of the globe. So students, the part of the earth facing the sun receives certain light from the sun, and the part facing away from the sun, not receiving the sunlight, has night days. This is what I have told you. And as the earth rotates on its own axis, it also revolves around the sun, and it takes 365 and 1 by 4 days. That is equivalent to 6 hours to make a single revolution. Students, according to the distance of the different planets, their axis is so much different from one another. It takes different time for different planets respectively to revolve around the sun. The revolution of the earth around the sun causes seasons. As I have told you, the different seasons are there. Majorly there are summer, rainy and winter season, but apart from them, 2 more seasons we can also see in our country. That is the this is the autumn and spring season. Okay students, now we'll study about rotation. So what is rotation, students? Rotation means to rotate, घूमना. Okay students, in Hindi we can say to rotate. Okay. Then we have already learned that all the planets have 2 types of movements. All the planets have 2 types of movements, that is rotation and revolution. Okay students, the spinning of the planet on its imaginary axis is called rotation. Students, I will write the definition. The spinning of the planet is called rotation. Spinning of the planet on its own axis is called rotation, and spinning of the planet on its imaginary axis, that I have told you, it's imaginary, okay, in its own axis, it's imaginary. It is not like that there is a line is drawn or some type of, there is a way, there is a path, but it is a imaginary axis. And whereas the movement of the planet around the sun on a path is called its orbit, is known as revolution. The earth being a planet also follows the same pattern. So okay students, the movement of the movement of the planet around the movement of the planet around the sun on a path called its orbit is called revolution. So this is the main difference between both of them. When the planet Earth rotates on its own axis, that is called rotation, and when it revolves in its orbit, that is the fixed path of any planet. Okay friends, every planet revolves on its own axis to make one revolution, and it depends upon the distance and what time does it take. Next students, we'll briefly study about the topic rotation. Rotation of the earth on its imaginary axis causes day and night. The earth continuously moves in a west to east direction. Students, is the most important thing. What is the direction? What is the way? So it is the rotation west to east. west to east direction. Okay students, it moves in a west to east direction and on its axis to complete one rotation. Okay students, then we'll move. As I have told you students, the rotation of the earth, it takes 24 hours to complete one day and it causes days and nights. Okay students, the period of rotation is known as one earth day. Okay students, because it is known as one earth day. The axis of the earth makes an angle of 66.5 degree with its orbital plane. Okay students, the path followed by the earth around the sun is called its orbital plane. Thus I have told you that the path followed by the earth is known as the orbital plane. The speed of rotation at equator is 1600 km per hour. Students, look how speed it rotates. It rotates on a speed of 1600 km per hour. The axis is an imaginary line connecting to the north pole to the south pole, running through the center of the orbital plane. It is inclined at an angle of 66.5 degree from the orbital plane. The orbital plane is a straight line at 90 degree. Thus, the difference between the orbital plane and Earth's tilt means jhukna, it is little bit bent, is 23.5 degrees. Okay students, these are some of the positions of the earth which makes, it is the position, it makes them to rotate on a smooth manner. Okay students, then the earth while moving around the sun remains tilted in the same direction. Thus tilt is called the inclination of the earth's axis. It doesn't move like in a same manner. It tilts. It is like in a bending position. Okay students, this tilt and the orbital path of the earth are fixed and never change. Thus the earth receives the light from the sun. Owing to the spherical shape of the earth, only half of it gets light from the sun at a time and has day, while the other half in darkness and has night. The circle dividing the day from the night is called the circle of illumination. It does coincide with the axis. Sun rays, friends, now the sun rays falls directly, that is vertically to the tropics, over the tropics. That is why days and nights, there is a difference between them. Okay students, as I have told you students, the sun's rays falls directly, that is vertically between the tropics, and thus that is why the days and nights are of equal duration throughout the year at places near the equator. Students, the duration changes. You may have observed that in summer season the duration of day is longer than nights. But students, it is the opposite in the winter season. Okay students, then the days and nights are of equal duration near the equator. So that's the difference. And the difference between the length of the days and nights increases as one moves from the equator and goes away from the equator towards the poles. At the poles there is a 24-hour day or a 24-hour night, because sun rays are unable to reach to the poles depending on the inclination of the axis. There is a period of transition between the night and day, and the day and night, which is called dawn and dusk respectively. When the sun rising in the east is yet not visible but diffuses light, that part of the day is called the dawn. Means when there is a little bit of sun rays falling on earth, that is called the dawn. Similarly, in the evening, when the setting sun in the west is not visible, there is still some light before darkness comes. This is known as dusk or twilight. When the sun is going to set and before before the time of the sunset, a little bit of light. The light before darkness comes. This is known as the dusk or twilight. So first one is dawn at the before the sunrise. And before the sunset. Okay, this is the difference before the sunset. And places away from equator have longer hours of dawn and twilight due to the tilt of the axis. Students, places away from equator, they have longer hours of dawn and twilight or dusk due to the tilt of the axis. If the Earth's axis were perpendicular to the orbital plane, days and nights would be of equal every day. Students, there is a condition, especially listen carefully. If the Earth's axis were perpendicular to the orbital plane, days and nights would have been equal throughout the year, that is 365 days. It is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree. So, 23.5 degree tilt at this point. At this point, the tilt leads to unequal length of days and night because it is like this little bit of bend. Then students, I have drawn a diagram. Please have a look at this. That this is the tilted axis of the Earth. Tilted axis of the Earth, and this one part is this is the equator, students. That's going on 23.5 degrees, and this part of the is facing night, and this one day. And students, this is the angle of inclination where the Earth is tilted, and it revolves. Sorry, it rotates or revolves around the sun and in the planet system and in the solar system. This is the south pole. So students, and this is the circle of illumination, as I have told you. So by watching this diagram, you can imagine that how days and nights are caused due to the rotation of the Earth. Okay students, then we will move next. Then students, next is the revolution and seasons. Next we will move to revolution. Students, as I have told you earlier that due to revolution, the change of seasons or the different seasons is being experienced by the people in the globe or on the planet Earth. The Earth revolves around the sun and completing one circle in 365 days. It takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. To complete one revolution around the sun, and it is tilted at 66.5 degrees. That is the orbital plane. Okay students, at an angle, that is the orbital plane. Then now students will study about the different seasons. Students, as I have told you that majorly there are 3 seasons, but along with that, the 2 more other can be experienced on the planet. That is the spring and the autumn season. Apart from that, the three major seasons are summer season, winter season and rainy season. Now we are experiencing rainy season, and as I have told you that this is not the same. The experiencing of seasons is not the same throughout the globe. It may differ from place to place. So the first one is students, summer season. Students, as we know that mostly the summer season is being experienced in our country, majorly 4 months for each season are being experienced in the country. So, for summer season, students, for summer seasons, the 4 months are March, April, May, June. We are experiencing summer season throughout the country. Okay, students? Then, when the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, students, remember carefully, when the earth is rotating or revolving around the sun, it is in a tilted manner. So, when the earth is tilted and when the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, a larger part of the northern hemisphere is lit by, lit by it means most of the sun rays falls during that time. Okay, students, when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun in the rotation time. Thus, each place in the northern hemisphere comes in front of the sun early and stays there longer. This leads to longer days and shorter nights in the northern hemisphere during the period. Thus, the season is summer season in the northern hemisphere. The time period when the earth tilted towards the summer season, tilted towards when the northern hemisphere, then when the sun rays fall in the northern hemisphere, it is experiences summer throughout the northern hemisphere. Okay, students. Then when it is just the opposite, the southern hemisphere, then the southern hemisphere experiences summer. Students, there is a question you may see in your textbook that why Christmas is celebrated in Australia and New Zealand during summer season. Students, remember one thing, that the Christmas falls on 25th December, and on the month of December we are experiencing winter season. Okay, students, but when it comes to Australia and New Zealand, it experiences summer season. So there is a difference. Okay, students, there is a difference. Students, now we will study about the winter season. Mainly, students, the winter season consists of the month of November, December and January, February in our country. Let us take the example of our country. So these are the major seasons for winter. Then after that, summer season comes. Then July, August, September, October, these 4 months are meant for rainy seasons. Nowadays, rainy is not being so much of rain we can't experience due to different problems, So let us discuss about the winter season. At the same time, the southern hemisphere is tilted away. So when the northern hemisphere is more tilted towards the sun, at the same time the southern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. At that time, they receive sunlight for a shorter duration. Each place in the southern hemisphere comes late in front of the sun and stays for a shorter duration, thereby making days shorter and nights longer there. Okay, students? Thus it experiences winter season because the summer season doesn't get the sunlight, doesn't receive the sunlight in so much quantity that it can experience the daytime. Next students, the reverse condition exists in the southern hemisphere when the south pole is towards the reverse condition exists in the northern hemisphere when the south pole is towards the sun. When the south pole or the southern hemisphere is towards the sun, the northern hemisphere, the inclination of the north pole towards the sun is maximum, and the direct rays of the sun fall first on the Tropic of Cancer on or near 21st June. This is called the summer solstice. Students, a very important topic, that this is what is summer solstice. That is 21st June. What is summer solstice? Listen carefully. In the northern hemisphere, the inclination of the north pole towards the sun is the maximum, and direct rays of the sun fall on the northern hemisphere or the Tropic of Cancer on or near 21st June. This is called the summer solstice. It is the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere. Students, remember one thing: the date 21st June is the longest day because the sun rays falls directly in the Tropic of Cancer on that particular day, and in the northern hemisphere this is the longest day. Similarly, students, when the south pole is tilted towards the sun and situation is reversed, and it is summer in the southern hemisphere and winter in the northern hemisphere. During this period, as I have told you that about summer solstice, the same is we can see, let me explain, that is the winter solstice. So what is that? Similarly, when the south pole is tilted towards the sun, the lower part of the earth, and the situation is reversed, and it is summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the northern hemisphere. During this period, students, the direct rays of the sun fall on the Tropic of Capricorn. This is on or near 21st December. That is called as winter solstice. 21st June is known as the summer solstice, and winter solstice December. It's the gap of 6 months exactly, and the days both the same, 21 December. Okay, students. And one more thing is there, that students, this is the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. Okay, students, the day 21 June is the longest day, and 21 December is the shortest day in the northern. Students, we must note that the days of summer solstice and winter solstice are reversed for the southern hemisphere. So this was the part of the northern hemisphere, but it is just the reverse in the southern hemisphere. It means when it's summer solstice in northern hemisphere, it is winter solstice in southern hemisphere. So when it is summer solstice in northern hemisphere, it is the winter solstice in southern hemisphere. The Earth's position, students, in the orbit is directly opposite to the Sun in 2 points. When this happens, exactly one half of the Earth faces the Sun, while the other half is in darkness. Okay, students, resulting in equal days and nights all over the world. And these days which the phenomenon occurs is known as the equinox. It means the same duration for day and night. In the northern hemisphere, students, spring or vernal equinox occurs on or near 21st March, and autumnal equinox occurs near 22nd September every year. Students, then the last part of the topic is the Earth takes 365 days and 6 hours, or 1/4 of the day, to complete one revolution. So, when after 4 years it becomes one more extra day, that is 366 days, and that year, that particular year is known as a leap year. Students, this year itself, the year 2020 was a leap year, means it contains 366 days, one more extra day from the normal year. The extra days is added to the month of February in every fourth year, making it a leap year with 366 days, as I have told you. It then becomes 29 days instead of 28 days. If you want to know that whether a year is a leap year or not, we have to divide it by 4, like 2000, 2004, 2008, 12, 16, 20, all the numbers are divisible by 4. The daily motion of the rotation of the earth leads to the formation of days and nights, and the revolution of the earth around the sun causes change of seasons. Students, this is the last subtopic I will tell you. The daily motion of the rotation of the earth leads to the formation of days and nights, and students, the revolution of the earth around the sun, it causes change of seasons. So students, this was the topic, the chapter, rotation, revolution, all about. Students, one more thing, the last part, you have to see it clearly, what are the equinox, summer equinox, autumnal equinox, vernal equinox. You have to study it very carefully, and the summer solstice, winter solstice is an important topic in this chapter. So students, I repeat every day that while you are watching this video, please refer to the textbook. Then only you will be able to understand the topic. So by saying this, I mean goodbye to all of you. Thank you, students, and have a nice day.